What?
You can't just walk away from that.
Hi, everybody. How are we doing today? You realize that when I did that, I literally gave myself lactose intolerance. Like, I wasn't lactose intolerant prior to that.
And you deserved it because you were such a pretentious ass about how you lived off rice milk and everything was better
Listen,
for the
it was
environment.
almost like for a second I was a vegan. Okay, it was
Oh,
like
God.
You were vegan for a
no,
hot minute?
no,
Oh,
okay,
It was
okay.
like that. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Let's see. How old were we? 22.
Yes.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah. I was 20.
Grant,
I was 22.
He'd be like, this rice milk is so much better for you than regular milk. By the way, we happen to have this Christmas tree of 30 packs in our living room. I'm glad I'm trying to be so healthy. It was a horrible, horrible time.
Brittany just said, "God, you're sad."
Well, you are God in this sense, and you are pretty
She
sad.
capital G.
You guys hear Cell selling out already? Fucking
No,
forever.
I don't
He's-
think you
yeah,
need to be so
he's-
blasphemous as to say things like that. I think your mother would be very upset to hear you denigrating Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Sounds like a weird dude.
We just had to give back the kitty Bible to Sam's parents.
I got my.
Oh no,
not
how did that
somewhere.
play out? Sorry, Sal. Hold on. How did that play out?
Actually, so surprisingly uneventful. So I'm sure there'll be some sort of fallout.
No, Swirl. It's because I'm trying to reduce the amount of caffeine that I take for reasons of health. So yeah, so you gave it, and they just were like, okay, like not even.
Yeah, well, it kind of got thrown out as they were walking out the door, so there was no room for rebuttal. So all in all, good move.
When you say gave it back, you mean you just put it into the trash barrel?
Nope.
You mean you hummed it out the door after them?
Actually, Sam went and said, "Here, you can take this back." It was good. It was a proud moment.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Listen, decaffeinated coffee is the saddest form of coffee. Still 15 or 16 times better than the greatest form of tea. So, sorry.
This is just
Ooh,
fake.
I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. You like decaf coffee? Arnold Palmer. And I'm like, this one's still winning, buddy. It's still winning.
Arnold Palmers are gross, but
It's the
No,
greatest
if you
form
ever-
of tea because it's half not tea.
no.
You just haven't had good tea.
That
You
may
get,
be
like, the
true. I
tea
am
that's
American.
Inside,
You-
like
if you have
dried-
American tea, that's your problem in life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever had the tea that's like made inside of a dried orange? Like they stuff an orange.
That
with tea?
shit's so good.
Yeah.
God,
yeah.
those hit so good.
I've made.
I've gone through a bunch of like Chinese tea ceremonies with some companies, and they bust out the good shit.
Well,
I have
you've
a
gone to
friend-
China with companies.
Well,
so that's a different conversation.
I have a friend that buys Chinese tea, like the blue sleeve tea from China. And she got me into it. So I have a bunch of blue sleeve tea from China. It's
I mean-
sitting in one of my drawers somewhere.
I mean, just because it said made in China doesn't mean it's Chinese
It's
tea.
literally grown in China. That's not how that
I mean,
works.
I'm pretty sure if you buy a box of Lipton, it also says made in China.
It's
So I audited factories in China, and I would say don't ever buy anything that's made in China.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
boy. Moving on before I
Okay.
get fired from my job.
Yeah, I mean that'd be bad.
What was the thing that we opened up talking about? We were talking about the. Oh no, that wasn't important. That was just the rice milk thing. So let's the short version is I wasn't lactose intolerant. I went on rice milk for I think it was like 12 or 13 months. I didn't have any dairy whatsoever, and then I broke down and finally started having dairy again. I am lactose intolerant, so that's how that played out. But I think we were starting this session. I think we were 100% done with Jake, weren't we?
I think so.
Yep.
So was there any more torturing we had to do to Jake?
No, I think you're moving on to Kingdom's roles for the other two.
For Celsius, right? Yeah. Cool. So since I'm about to do Kingdom Rolls at Cell, I suppose I'm in a position where yes.
I was gonna say, should we role play me giving or Jorman giving Nick his weapon?
Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds nice because I have to think of a way to torture what Anna was saying to you out of you, and that gives me a few minutes to come up with something to hang over your head unless you want to fill us in.
Yeah, he kind of he hinted to me.
About what?
He just said, yeah,
Which
I
campaign
can't-
was it pertaining to?
I don't know.
So
All I
what,
know,
so what did he say?
all he know, he said blame Green. That's all he said to me. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
So I'm sorry. I don't know what he's talking about, but I kind of know what he's talking about. I'm good at context clues.
I'm not. I won't say anything because obviously I read more chats than everybody else. But Green very recently was in one of the chats and being particularly sarcastic, like it was being sarcastic for several messages, and I was sitting there going, "Oh boy, let's see how this plays out."
So I all he said was blame Green, and now Jake might get trump carded. I'm sorry. I get pressured into talking. Anyway.
All right.
Oh god.
Oh,
You'll be fine. Anna is only vengeful for me. He'll just kill my Star Wars character again. It's okay. He already did it once.
all right. So before you do the RP with Nick, could you go ahead and read Bolita's last message for all of us?
Hashtag blame cell. Oh no, that's a rosin. Belita was popping, y'all.
Thank you. That was on fleek.
Popping. You shouldn't say popping is wrong. So what's popping, y'all? You don't have the G there, otherwise it doesn't flow right.
Yeah, but it's also Bolita, so they tried.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's very southern.
I mean, he also did it 2 S's as opposed to like a Z
Yeah,
or 3.
You probably would do Z. Was
Yeah.
popping, y'all. Yeah, I know. True.
Again, they put the effort in there. That's what matters.
They're trying to, connect with my culture. Which is not my culture at all. I shouldn't say that.
All right. Let's get into the game. You good?
So yeah.
You want to get on a knee and present to Nick your sword?
Well, it's Jorman.
Jorman. Yeah, my apologies. Yeah, that makes more sense. Obviously, your character wouldn't do anything like that.
No.
This really doesn't make sense. So we're going to have Jorman presenting the sword. But while I, of course, have to roleplay as Jorman, how is it that you want this to be done? Why don't you set the scene? What is it that you... And you intend for Jorman to travel all the way to Kushibash?
Yeah, that's probably an idea. Or if he's staying inside this city, whatever it's called again, for a while to start setting up the administration, he would go there. And I imagine it's kind of happening around the same time.
Mhm.
So I imagine maybe they meet inside that city. If that's yeah, are you Jake and Nick, do you guys plan on staying in that city to set up the new administration, or are you just fucking off and leaving the one advisor?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is your mess now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to deal with the mess. That's why I just said, nah.
It's one of those things where congratulations on the promotion. Your pay will be deducted from.
All right.
It's like, what? You heard me. Move on.
So wherever you are, I imagine Jorman calls goes to, I guess, my advisor, my ambassador first, and my ambassador then would approach you and ask for a private meeting area, right? Somewhere a special place, I guess, right? Where you'd be a place where something honorific or valuable should be given to a lord, right? If you have anything of the such.
My barracks. That's where everything happens.
For now. I mean,
Yeah.
Jake's smart. He's already started building a castle.
I meet in my temple and
No, I think Jake saw me start to build my mansion, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta one up this because I'm Jake the White Orc. Blah, 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 blah. Let me build a castle." Thanks, Jake.
Well,
fucking asshole.
Ashen Orc, okay.
Yeah, Ashen Arc.
Oh, sorry, he's Ashy. Got it.
Fine with it. Works.
So I guess I don't know my ambassador's name. I didn't write it down. I did write it down. I just don't remember what. Either way.
Yeah. By the way, cocoa butter, Jake. I'll solve that for you.
Shoka would basically.
I've been lotioning like crazy, but I cannot fix this problem. I still feel like a reptile. It's so bad.
Maybe you are a snake. Shoka would then walk in Jorman to your barracks. And Jorman in both his arms and like presented would have a wrapped cloth long naginata looking thing. And I guess he would I don't know what Jorman would think. This is you, Scott.
So yeah, like you said, get wrapped cloth, but did he make a sheath for it as well, or is it just the blade?
I imagine he made a sheath because it's Jorman. He's been working on this thing for like half a year. Okay.
It's been quite a while.
He's been working on it since March.
To be fair, though, it is the best of the ones crafted. Just like the D6 on your shirt still is the best of the dice on the shirt. God, that pisses me off so much.
It's so bad. It's the Dottie boys. You can't really see it on camera, can you?
Makes no sense. Yeah, you can.
It's a Dottie boy.
Ugh. So, anyways, so he'll go and Nick again. Jorman arrives with, of course, a couple of like guards to protect him. You imagine that just like with most of the militaries, very different. Like maybe a slightly different banner for different guards. So like if they're maybe Royal Guard versus just being a part of the military, right? So maybe a slightly different banner or whatever. So you can notice that that's the banner of Shadow that's coming to you. And when you hey, everybody say congratulations to Will because he's daddy squared first shot.
Oof! Congrats, Will.
Yeah, he had 2 kids, little boy and a little girl. They're with us now. So, yay! Have fun with that one.
Yay!
Perpetual exhaustion and brokenness.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're gonna have to be inside NICUs for a few weeks too, because they're preemies. So you want to talk about brokenness? Oh boy, having children in the United States, fun.
Oh no! So just don't pay the hospital bills. I just never pay any hospital bills.
He works for a union. He has good health insurance. So
yeah, so do I. I still don't pay them.
He's like, no, we're not going to that hospital. That's a private hospital. We go to the public ones.
That's right.
I mean, sounds fair enough. Not gonna lie.
Oh, the private ones, they'll just send you to collections, and they'll ruin every aspect of your life. But public ones, they won't do that. They'll eventually forgive your debt. So it's crazy. It's nuts. Welcome to America. So Jesus Christ, $100. Oh my God.
Yeah, still wouldn't pay it.
That is.
If you just hit contest go into your credit bureau and just contest it every 3 months, eventually they'll miss the contestation, and then it'll get wiped right off your credit report. So.
Oh God. Oh boy. $100 for the whole stay.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Hashtag not legal advice.
Don't.
Hashtag not financial
I don't
advice.
think you should do that.
Yeah, don't ask me about taxes either.
Well, I've told you how much it costs to have Aurora, right? Because as soon as she was born, she counted as a new person, which is a whole list of charges they can now. Because like each person has a what's the word I'm looking for? So I'm looking for deductible. Yeah. And as soon as she was born, which I literally the moment she was born, she instantly had a whole new $6,300 deductible or whatever it was that you'd have to hit before the rest of the health insurance took over. So it was like, oh yeah, don't worry, we hit that number for Brittany, and then oh, there's a baby. Don't worry, there's that number all over again. Ha 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 ha. Oh, and then there's what you have to pay after your full health insurance takes over. Don't worry about that. Ugh. Yeah, I say all the time. Having Aurora cost me about $11,000 because I paid it off right away and got discounts for doing so, versus paying it off over time where I would have gotten no discounts. Yeah.
Yeah. Yikers.
Have some babies. So moving on. Where were we? I got distracted. So like I'm very happy for you. You guys deserve that. It's just I will never forget that, Bill. I'll never forget it.
Do you dream of the bill in your night?
I often don't have to think of it, but Will is now triggering me pretty hard. So Jordan walks up to your clan Kushibashi, and he's bringing with him the blade. As you said, it's wrapped up inside of the appropriate kind of like cloths to keep it protected. You can imagine the cloth is probably woven pretty well and whatnot to make sure it adds to the presentation. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So when Jorman actually arrives, again, with a small group with him, of course, to guard him, even though he's staying within the lands of all your allies the entire trek, those lands aren't always safe, right, Jake? So he eventually makes his way all the way up into Kushibashi's capital and to seek audience with you. And you meet with him in the barracks because, use a classy bitch. So when he meets with you, he of course will presents to you the blade. When he presents it to you, first and foremost, it is of course as Sel was saying beforehand, wrapped up inside of almost like a ceremonial cloth, which I'll explain in a second. But it's also of course inside the sheath. The hilts of the blade itself, actually, so like the very like pommel of the blade looks like the head of an axe beak. So it actually comes down to a little bit of a hooked beak. With the eyes and whatnot that are set into it are set with gems. So I'm not sure what color eyes your particular axe beak are, but let's say if they happen to be red eyes, they'll be like rubies and whatnot set inside of it. Not particularly large, but definitely well enough cut that you don't have to, and set in well enough you wouldn't have to worry about them getting like chipped or cracked or whatever it is as you're actually using your blade. The guard to the blade itself also similarly has this look to it that seems to have almost like because axe beaks that have they don't have wings, do they? What are they? Are they like emus? Like ostriches? Sorry, like emus, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're more like emus.
Yeah, so it has this like feathery nature to it that makes it kind of like look like it's like the body of the creature, and even the actual the way that they guard, so the grip itself is designed so the way the leathers are wrapped around it, it has the little notchings into it that almost give it this like feathery look, even though it's clearly leather you're grabbing onto, right? And then the way that the blade itself extends from the bottom, it actually feels like kind of like gives this presentation. It's like the talons of the axe beak without having any like additional protrusions or whatever coming off of it. However, the blade itself actually is a bit of the blade itself. The sheath itself is a bit of a mural. So when you start at the sheath itself and you look at the top and it goes down to the base where the tip of the blade would be when it sits inside there, it actually shows a single warrior standing atop of a hill alone, and then it kind of like depicts how that warrior is surrounded by more warriors, and how those warriors then mounted, and how those warriors kind of amassed together, and how they're defending a farm, and then eventually it shows like a small kingdom kind of built up around this similar warrior, and at the very ends, like the very base of it, where it shows like where the tip of the blade would sit into the sheath, you have once again that warrior standing by himself, but this time on a hill. With like a mountain or whatever, a castle behind him. So it kind of like she's supposed to depict the path of that. The entire thing, of course, looks nice. We already discussed the coloration of the metal because of the unique type of metal it is and how it works, and the fact that it huts to the touch if you were to touch the blade itself because of the magics and whatnot into it. But if that wasn't already designed well enough, the actual ceremonial cloths that were used to wrap it up are actually done in a bit of like a tapestry, and the tapestry actually shows the forging of the blade. So it actually shows it's a kind of like simplistic design because it's what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like crocheted in. I don't know words for knitting. That ain't my thing. So, but almost like woven into the actual tapestry. It actually looks. If you think of what's that cartoon, Nick? If you think of Hercules, how it's very simplistic kind of cartooning at the very beginning. So simplistic cartooning of it shows literally Jorman. So it shows like the lizard folk with a hammer in hands, like hammering the anvil. But it shows that like kind of surrounded around by like a whole bunch of red, and that shows beneath a mountain, and then above the mountain it shows like a phoenix kind of stretching its wings beyond the mountain. So it's actually a tapestry showing the actual crafting of the blade itself, with an homage to the clan Shadow that's there. So the tapestry is one of those things where you would of course put it wherever you wanted to, but that is what it kind of came with. As for the actual blade itself, if there's any words that are etched into it, I'm going to allow Cell to make the decision for what is etched into it, and it's going to be etched into it in specifically Draconic, because that is his native tongue.
Does Clan Kushibashi have any sayings?
That's up to Nick.
Oof. That's putting me on the spot.
I put him on the spot, and he's like, "I'm gonna just pass the buck over here."
Well, I figured if there was a saying, he would have etched that in, right? He probably carves the word for axe speak in Draconic in it.
Oh, which is Kumitori?
But that's in it's in Karuk. So
Yeah,
it's different
but-
in Draconic, but yeah.
But is that what it
Kumitori.
is? Is it
I
Kumitori?
think. But
Kumitori?
Commentary sounds about it.
Godbird or whatever.
yeah, so it has the word for Komatori etched into it in Draconic.
Cool.
Nice.
What is the Draconic word for axe speak? Since we finally remembered the word for in Kruk.
Some incoherent dragon noises.
No.
Testel speaks that somehow, so don't question it, okay?
Something fried chicken. That's
Oh, that's Draconic.
I imagine
for actually fried chicken.
I imagine it almost is like scaleless dragon or something like that. You know what I mean? Is what the reference would be. Is like kind of the word translation.
It can be whatever your heart's intent, or whatever your heart's desire. All right. Anyways, so Nick, he presents this blade to you, which of course was massively crafted, so on and so forth. And it's funny because did you know you were having a blade made for you, or is that done secretly?
Not
Yes.
this well.
Yes, I knew I was getting a blade, but as far as Naren would know, this is basically like a clan treasure, just for how rare something of this magnitude is. So he will definitely be a little shocked in the fact that you could even see that he's shocked, should tell you, because normally Naren is as stoic as fuck. Shit. So basically he'll be like, Jormund, this is magnificent. Is beyond expectation. This will surely be put to good use in defending the clans from all threats, foreign and domestic. I don't know. Yeah, fuck. Tell Warlord Tessel, message received and appreciated. His debts are paid.
Debts? He says.
Tessel owes me 5 BP.
Oh.
I did, don't I?
Yes.
I think his sword is worth about 5 BP. So
It is.
It probably is.
5
Pretty
BP is
close.
20K, right? And it's a +2 weapon is 18,000. Is this +2 or +3?
Tree.
+3. Because there's an enchantment that took away some of it, so yeah.
Yeah, because +1 is 2,000 and +2. No, I think +3 is 18,000, right? Because +1,
so
yeah, and I think it goes 2, 8, 18. Yeah. So 18,000 plus quality of metals, so on and so forth. I think it actually is legitimately worth 5 BP. Holy shit! Put that into perspective for a campaign,
Holy shit. That's
Right.
expensive.
right?
I know. I didn't want to do that, but I have to.
I didn't even think that. I was gonna pay you back 100%, but I guess I won't now.
All right, cool. So we he of course I imagine you keep him as like an honored guest for the evening or whatever it is,
Right,
and he would stay and enjoy his time with Kushibashi, and realize Kushibashi is like a very rigid culture compared to because he's never been out here before, a very rigid culture compared to Shade Out, which for what's his name, Jorman, I don't know if Jorman would like that very much. Jorman being so very tribalistic, the idea of a rigid culture, obviously, it's one of those things where he would stay as an honored guest, be respectful, so on and so forth, but would sit there and be like, I don't know, this place is a little strange. Whereas if he were to go and spend time with Clan Densho, he'd be like, I think I chose the wrong clan, you know? But either way, so he stays as an honored guest, and of course you show him thanks for the crafting that he did. And now we can kind of go into the kingdom rules for Cell. It's only, 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Okay, kingdom rules.
Okay. So for you, sir, I have to, where's my notes? I actually have my cell phone with me today. My notes inside here. That's right. Before we did the kingdom rules for you, we were supposed to handle two situations, and one of them was actually you having a little bit of a fun conversation with the salamanders. You wanted to have a little bit of another conversation with the salamanders. So we're going to do those before you actually physically roll the dice. Before you go to handle the salamanders again, there was something else that we needed to handle. Give me 1 second to pull this up.
Would that wait? If it's an event, it would be after kingdom rules.
No, not an event.
Okay. I'm scared. That's all.
What? Why?
It's Otto gave me vague threats, and I don't like being vague posted. Okay.
I don't know anything about Otto. He hasn't done anything on the channel in a long time. Like in days, at the very least. Do lizard folk also eat people in Aurorum similar to the Barrenlands Karok? No, lizard folk are civilized. They don't eat other sapient creatures. They eat short mammals, reptiles, so on and so forth, no problem, but not sapient ones. They're real people. All right. So for you, sir, let's try to read this one last thing.
Hopefully nothing cost me BP.
Okay. What? No, don't even worry about that. One night, while you are sleeping,
I don't like that.
you are, unbeknownst to you, because obviously you're unconscious, you aren't peacefully sleeping. You're having a bit of a fever dream even. Tossing and turning about in your bed, boiling hot, incredible warmth. You feel on the, that's kind of like on your outside. If something was to be observant, you would see kind of like rolling back and forth, kicking off the blankets. One of those things where the blanket is barely covering, one thigh and leg, whereas the rest of you is kind of like hanging out. You like mid sleep would have ripped off your shirt because you're like how overheated you are and everything. Kind of mumbling to yourself various different words and phrases, etc., etc., etc. But Jesus, Bolita. So mumbling to yourself various different words, so on and so forth. But in your dream, what you're dreaming about, as you can of course see, standing from atop your mountainous perch with the ruins around you, you look all around, 360 view, everywhere around you. As far as your eye can see, the forest is ablaze. It is completely churning and burning on fire. Everything around you, embers rising into the sky as it just continues to burn hotter and brighter and hotter and brighter. You hear a voice whispering to you, kind of repeating, echoing the words that you had heard beforehand. You can like feel the fear of this happening. You can see the ground beneath you seems like it's literally opening up, like parts of the ground beneath you where the ruins are is like collapsing, with like bits of stone kind of like falling down into a fiery, a blazing inferno below, and looking over, you see another bit kind of collapsing down into a fiery inferno below, until finally you literally see the ground kind of open up beneath you as you start to fall down into a fiery inferno, equally as dangerous. I'm going to have to go ahead and do 1 second. I have to make sure I get this correct. Where are you? Okay. So because you are sleeping, it's pretty easy to hit you.
Do I not get a perception check?
No, dude, you're sleeping, man. You're having a fever dream. That's the way this one plays out, baby.
I'm gonna get assassinated, boys.
All right, so we're gonna do. I'm over.
I'm sure
Over
you've
here.
got guards on duty, by the door.
Even have guards on duty.
They'll respond really quickly, right?
Something tells me this thing is not just some easy motherfucker to get. I just got a hint of it.
I was more alluding to the fact that your guards probably aren't on duty. But
They should be. Okay, it was a meme before, but they actually do work. Okay, I promise. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
You take 19 points of fire damage, but then on top of that, you immediately gain the burning condition.
What does that do?
It means that every round you continue to take 2d4 points of damage as your skin is literally on fire. And you will continue to take that 2d4 damage, but every round you also get to make a fortitude save. If you make the save once, it reduces it to 1d4 a round. If you make the save a second time, it reduces it to nothing. The condition goes away. So this is what happens. You feel in your dream, of course, like the ground opens up beneath you and you go falling into you go falling into the ground. You go falling into the fire, but then the fire actually starts to burn and consume you. You can feel it like burning away at you. And you literally wake up to, as you look around in your bed and you are literally on fire. And what you look up and you see is there's a form floating above you, floating above where it is that you're sleeping. It's this this floating kind of like it almost looks like it is a churning fire, aside from the fact that it's translucent. So you can see through this fire, and not like, oh no, like it's like fire, you can see through it. It actually has this translucence, like it's not shedding as much light as a typical fire would. It's not as bright or as substantial as a typical fire would be. This seems like it's almost made of something less than what a typical fire is, right? And it's standing there and it's holding its form before you while not being a bipedal creature by any stretch of the imagination. It just looks like a burning tree in front of you. So you see this burning tree kind of like it's planted into the ground, but it's stretched up. And so it almost seems like it's floating above and over you. Its branches, its canopy and everything on fire, right? And it's looking down at you as you kind of like eyes pop open, scared to death. And I imagine let out like a loud scream as that happens. So as you let out that loud scream, immediately, of course, your guards who would immediately like go to react to go pop open the door. But it doesn't change the fact that you're going to have to go ahead and roll me a initiative.
I imagine I keep my sword near me at all times.
I'm so happy for you and your sword.
Yeah, I need that. Hopefully, I don't. But here, roll that token. And not 20's initiative.
Ooh, that's actually really, 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 really good for you. Cool. So, do we have orange? We do not. So we'll just grab red. It's fine. So, adding you to initiative. Do I have my initiative tracker thing on here? I think I do, but I never even use it.
You do. You have turn order up.
Yep. Okay. So for this guy, for your guards, they have a +2 to initiative. And for this thing, it has +5.
Can't get higher than me.
I mean, I can.
I got 26.
Yeah. So you immediately are able to. Oh, why can we not see you in initiative? Oh, you're on a different map than I am. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. You got a 26. This is gonna be Tesla will add on and make it a 26. All right, you're good. Here we go. All right, go ahead, sir.
So I'm assuming I have no armor. I don't have my buckler, and I just have my sword and crown. Good assumption.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a healthy assumption.
Good, thank you. I yell to one of the guards, "Quickly, call reinforcements now! I can hold it."
One of the guards. You're probably too distracted to notice this, but somebody who was watching the situation as an outside observer would notice that the two guards having this half a moment where they kind of like look at each other, and one of them totally takes the opportunistic moment to turn and run the fuck away. Like, nope, not me. And just like runs to go get the reinforcements, and the other one's kind of left behind, like shit, and like turns to go and help out the warlord.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Key Panache, 1 point of it, to get a second attack at my highest attack bonus as I attack this creature.
Okay, so you go right ahead.
So, okay. Attack 1.
Look awful happy there, Scott.
Well,
Awful
what?
happy.
Me? Happy about what?
Second attack at the highest bonus. And then my normal second attack.
Okay,
2.
hold on.
I'm rolling my attacks.
What kind of sword are you wielding?
My flame forged weapon.
Is it magical at all? Like even just +1?
No, because you didn't make it magical. So, no. I think the only one with a magical weapon here is Nick.
So, see, there's certain creatures where the only thing that can strike them are the magical weapons or weapons that are enhanced with a certain feature.
Yeah, I know. You could just say it doesn't hit. I understand.
Well, but it is flame forged, and you are actually fighting a fire creature. So whereas it's supposed to be 0%, 100%, or 50-50, I am a kind and considerate DM. I'm willing to give you a 10% chance for it to hit. So you see that beautiful critical confirmation you got right there, and that's a sexy roll. I will give you all of the sexy for that roll. Do you want to go ahead and ask somebody in chats to roll a d10 for you and declare beforehand? As 3 people in chat, because it's 3 attacks, and it'll go in order. But what number?
Matter?
What number? No. Oh no.
Fuck you.
That's mundane.
I know. You suck.
So what number is the striking number?
It's a 10% chance.
Si, senor.
Then it's a 1 on a d10.
Okay, 1 on a d10. Name the 3 people in order of your attacks.
Let's do Josh. Do Josh, Steve, and Xylemos.
Zalmos is saying that they think it had to be a magical one. Oh, that's the wrong die, Josh.
It's a D10, Josh.
Josh, D10.
10% chance.
Josh is from Florida. Give him a minute.
He got 2 ones. Does it count? No.
No, Xylemos. It doesn't have to be magical to make a that kind of metal. Nyx is magical.
Yeah.
Well, Steve rolled
God.
an 8 as well. All right, well, maybe you could nick it.
Imagine
just a
if
little bit.
Imagine if I called an 8 right now.
Oh. So you describe your flourish of attacks that pass harmlessly through this creature.
Well, Tessel is a very great dexterous fighter. And he does like 3 quick strikes across like each side of the creature, cutting it in half multiple times, doing nothing.
Okay. So just kind of like jumps up in bed, burning, like it's literally on fire, and strikes 3 times. You are able to make your first fortitude save. Oh, first actually you take 2d4 damage for burning because it starts at the beginning of your turn. So /R.
I don't get a fortitude save before that.
The burning
to save from the first fire.
Burning happens first because it triggers at the beginning of your turn, and then you make a save, just like poisons and whatnot. So go ahead and make your fortitude save.
Yeah, I'm using Charmed Life, obviously.
Oh, obviously.
Just so it's in chat and everyone sees what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So fortitude save +5. Boom. Hopefully it's not a super high DC. Well, I probably
You succeeded. You friggin' succeeded with that ridiculous number.
I willed a fire out of existence.
Okay, so yep, you kind of like as you're kind of going through this, it literally is kind of it's the sheer fortitude of your body. It's the toughness of what you are. Because this thing burns at you, burns at your flesh, not in like a typical fire that can be just like patted out with a reflex save, right? Not like you just roll around on the ground and this is going to put it out. No, it's actually something that, like an inner strength that you have that's able to kind of like survive through this fire, that it's not able to continue burning on you. So that's why it's fortitude, not reflex. So anyways, and then it's going to be the creature's turn itself. So as the creature looks at you and sees you standing there and burning, it is then going to, because your other guard was kind of starting to come into the room, but they haven't actually had a turn yet. They turn around and they are going to shoot at the guard behind you.
Oh, God, he's dead. He still hits. Holy shit, that's plus 16.
Yeah. And for his damage, he's going to go ahead and do this. Oh, minimum. That's not so bad, actually. That's actually not so bad.
It's a D10 plus 6. Holy shit.
Oh, that's actually not so bad. So because he hits with that, he actually immediately gets a fortitude saving throw to see if he's going to even be burning. So 1 second. So that is... Your guard is up! Your guard is an absolute boss! Whoa! Whoa, that was amazing.
Worth
Luckily,
noting that he's the one that didn't run away to get help as well.
he's a fucking G,
So
okay?
yeah.
I'm gonna have to tell him to run the fuck out. I'm gonna jump out my window.
Oh, that's a legit option. So
that's all. I can't kill it. If I could hit it, might be able to kill it, but I can't.
So first it's the guard's turn. So of course the other guard is kind of like running down the hall, like calling for, the warlord's under attack. Come, warlord's under attack. And others kind of like springing and jumping. You can imagine that there are other guards about. So it's not like others like, huh? What? Let me go get my spear. Like, no, you have other guards that are of course on duty nearby that are immediately going to turn and start like, hauling ass down the hallways to come here, and they'll be able to kind of jump in next round or whatever, right? So, can I FF the guard? Jesus, Melita.
You can make him a level fighter.
I also have to do this.
That's funny.
Did I never add that in here? Scott, why are you such a shitty DM? I'll add that in a minute. So it's now the guard's turn. So the guard is going to, let's add 1 second. Is it in? I think in here is probably the best way to find it. I hope. So the guard is actually going to rush forward and to attack. Wait, you didn't tell this guard to run away yet, did you?
I told the first guard. There's two
Correct.
guards.
This
I told
other
one to go
correct.
get reinforcements.
Okay, cool. So this other one is, like I said, rushing in and attacking. They're going to do the best they can to attack.
Shit. Sorry, no, I planned for this.
So they rush in and, but there's absolutely nothing to the thing. Again, the attacks pass through. It is your turn. You take 1d4 fire damage, and then you're going to go ahead and roll me a fortitude save in a second.
What?
1 point of damage.
I have to roll another one?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
This gets rid of the 1d4. So you're down to 0.
I'm going to roll
succeed.
this normal because... no, I'm going to charm life it. Fuck it. Yeah, I win.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Luck was very much in your favor. So you absolutely are able to pass. You're good to go, sir.
Okay. So, 1 second. I have to look at what a potion does real quick, or a spell.
That's okay, because I am almost done doing that. And test macro. Boom. Ooh. You got 9 health points. Sel, you also got a Winifred's Wisdom.
Oh, thanks. I will need that.
If you don't use it. Right? Am I wrong?
I wonder if this spell would work. My character has no knowledge of spells, so it doesn't help. So I'm gonna jump for my bag nearby, right, in my room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to drink a potion. That's possible, right?
Yeah.
Of obscuring mist.
You don't drink that.
It's a potion?
Yeah, you just smash it on the ground.
Well, I take a potion and fucking smash it right on the ground.
Yeah, you don't want to drink that. If you all of a sudden you start like eeping, like you're like, oh boy, I am sweating.
I can't really paste this spell since I don't have it.
That's fine. Obscuring mist is going to fill the area with I believe it's a 20-foot radius of thick fog that gives you you can't see anything beyond 5 feet out.
It obscures all sight, including dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond 5 feet, and creatures 5 feet away has concealment against attacks, have a 20% chance miss, and creatures farther have a 50% chance miss.
It's total concealment. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah. So that's what I do with my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's my action, right?
That is your action. You can still move. Free 5-foot step.
Yeah, actually, I 5-foot step back from the creature.
Meaning that it has to make a choice to either step up to you or stay where it is.
Yeah.
So, and where it is has a guard immediately adjacent to it, so that actually is an easier target for it. So cross your fingers for your guard, buddy, because that guard, my life was Shadow.
If I have one more turn, I can drink a potion of magic weapon.
You don't drink it, you apply it. It's an oil, but yes.
Yeah, it's whatever, okay? It's a potion. I shut it. Either way, I've literally had potions in case of magical creatures.
So you don't see how it is that it does this attack. You're obviously not witnessing how it is that it does this attack. But it is going to attack against your guard.
Yeah, hopefully he lives. He misses. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We have crits in this game, so
that guard
is alive.
That guard is living. Oh my Jesus. So this is what ends up happening is you don't witness this, right? But again, from a third party perspective, the creature goes to attack at the guard, but the guard quickly looks about for what the hell it could do as the mist starts spilling out. He's somebody that's always on Tesla guard duty, so he knows what he has to do. As soon as he starts to see you backing up and the mist rolling out and this thing's next to it, he quickly kind of like jumps backwards and down, like kind of jumps down to be slightly out of this creature's like the branches and the fire, kind of like reaching out at it. Tries to jump out of the reach of this creature, whatever it is, over by your end table, where you always have a glass of water next to your end table. And he knows this because he's literally guards you every night. And he goes and he grabs that glass of water and kind of like throws it outwards at the creature, which of course reacts to the splash of water coming at it. And of course, the billowing of all the mist and the smoke and everything, which is significantly more water vapor in the air, right? And makes it so the creature actually starts acting a little bit sporadically. It moves itself over a little bit and ends up setting part of the room on fire. Instead of part of the room on fire, it makes it so it illuminates exactly where it is, kind of glowing through the darkness or glowing through the area where the mist is. Because when you're more than 5 feet away, you can't even pinpoint what square your target is. You have to kind of guess what square it is, right? Before you get the 50% chance. You can see exactly what square they're standing in, right? So that kind of makes it so they're able to be noticed by anybody walking into the room. It is now the guard's turn. A bunch of guards start kind of like running into the room, letting off what they can. Warlord, where are you? He stays quiet and hides under his bed.
Well, I stay quiet because this thing theoretically can't see me because of the distance. Because of the fog.
Correct.
So I stay quiet. As I need one more.
Why would I say a bedpan? This is a good moment, not a that's gross.
So
gross. Cell's like, I don't get up in the middle of the night. I just piss myself.
No, he goes to the window and just pisses out the window, dude.
Josh, now we know what Josh's character would be like if he was part of this campaign, right? He'd be like, I'm the ruler of this.
So I remain quiet as the guards funnel into this creature.
You can hear the releasing of crossbows or bows, whatever it is that they have,
and they do nothing.
At the creature, of course. And unfortunately, they don't do anything. But you actually do hear, to your good fortune, you actually hear somebody like with a really loud bellow. Oh, you know that voice? That's Lenny. No,
Hey.
damn it. No, he's calling Lenny. Damn it. I came with a bad name. That's Phil. He's like, Lenny, like calling out for like Lenny to like come. And you of course stay quiet. The guard that was there beforehand, did you tell him to back off, run away, or anything like that, or you don't say anything because the whole place is filtering in?
I've only said one thing so far, which is go get reinforcements.
Okay, cool, no problem. So that guard that's somehow still alive is gonna make his whopping attack roll, which we know does nothing.
Yeah.
Which we know does nothing. So he makes his attack roll. All the other guards are going to go ahead and let loose a bunch of arrows or whatever inside the room, putting holes in your wall. But that's fine. And
Walls can be repaired.
Then that brings us back to your turn, Tessel.
I cork potion of magic weapon.
Yep.
And bathe my weapon. Is my weapon? It doesn't matter if it's on fire. It's immune to fire damage. It's a fire elemental.
Yep.
So
Facts.
I slather my weapon in magic, in the potion of magic weapon, and I guess it kind of now has a soft glow to it.
Yep.
As the magic is infused to it.
Yep. Cool. So you are going to put that on there, but again, you're gonna, I imagine, like now that you're out of its reach, you're probably gonna take your move to like shift yourself around to a more advantageous position for where you want to step in. Yeah.
Yeah, to flank it.
Okay. Absolutely. Put magic weapon on your weapon. Oh boy.
Yeah, I've prepared myself for incorporeal creatures and creatures I can't hit with magic weapons.
Unfortunately, it does more fire damage there, Joey. So anyways, that's your turn. It's now the creature's turn. This is the final attack it'll make against your friend there before you rush in and attack it. Can this guard survive one more attack?
I hope so, because this dude's getting a fucking promotion. Okay.
This character, in theory, if this guy survives one more attack, he could become one of your little commander people, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We deserve it. We have magic healing we can get him too if needed.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, please roll low. It hits.
That is an absolute hit. Okay. I have to roll
Doesn't
my...
mean he's dead. Doesn't mean he's dead.
I have to roll my damage. Oh, shit.
I'm at half HP too. It's not good.
Here we go.
One. Oh, he's dead.
Oh.
He's like dead, right?
I mean, that's
Like,
a
insta-dead.
lot of damage. He's only like a level 2 warrior. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Even if he's like
and
a
he's an
14
NPC.
If he has like 14 con, that probably goes.
Unfortunately, you don't get to see what happens, and you'll notice the after effect afterwards. But again, from the outside perspective, the thing reaches down and reaches out and finally grabs hold of the guard, touches him. And as he touches the guard is completely burned from the inside out, completely burns until he has nothing but ash left. You have to imagine the ash that falls off of him that he kind of like crumbles to onto the ground is literally the ash that you would see if you're watching, say, Endgame or
Wait. He has a 20% mischance.
Wow. He does have a 20% mischance.
Oh my god.
Okay. Name the two numbers and ask somebody in chat to roll one of these two numbers.
Bolita, roll an 8 or a 9. D10.
Bolita, an 8 or a 9 on a D10.
I'm believing in you, Bolita. You could do it.
Yeah, Joey, 23 plus...
Yes!
Oh! Oh my God! Holy shit! By the way, Joey, 23 plus 7, because he took 7 before, equals 30. That's way more than 19 health points. He would be DED, major DED.
Scott.
Oh my God, that is amazing!
Scott.
Holy shit!
Add a tracker for obscuring mist. It only lasts 1 minute.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at this point. You're good. Okay. So you're not going to go for another whole 10 rounds.
We could go 8 more rounds.
All right, so...
With
Sel,
20% mischances.
Jesus, Sel, it is your turn. Oh, sorry, it's your guard's turns. So that guard that takes the burning misses against it, of course, he's Bala, right? He's not going to run back. He's going to stand there and he's going to keep fighting because the danger means nothing to him. Oh no, he already attacked. Oh, did I go out of order? Oh, I had him attack before I had the bad guy attack.
That's my turn. His turn doesn't matter.
Attack. Yeah. And then you have a bunch of the other guards kind of like surrounding it and releasing a bunch of arrows, which unfortunately are making it dangerous for you because they're releasing all these arrows and they don't know where you are. And one of them can clip you because they're all passing through this creature. So that being said, there is a very slim chance that you get hit by one of these stray arrows. I would say it's a 3% chance.
Okay.
Let's see. Rosin likes chaos. Rosin, roll me a D100. If you roll 1, 2, or 3, an arrow hits
Aw.
cell.
I was gonna do different numbers, but it's fine.
I know, but we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 because it's simple and she won't roll it. See, look at that, nice and safe.
You know, I like making weird number choices.
Of course. All right.
So I walk up to this motherfucker. Okay.
Wow, Ross, Jesus. All right, yeah, you walk up to him.
I tell. I'm assuming I get flank. That's a thing, right?
Yep. +2. Mhm.
A +2. I tell my guard, "You've done your work. Back up. You can't hurt it."
Okay, absolutely.
So I have a +3 to this attack, and I'm doing another keep panache to get another attack at my full bab. So add a +3 to these. Boom, and this one. So fuck, those are so low. Did any of them even hit? Would any of them hit?
Both of those hit if they hit. The third one doesn't, right? But both of those hit if they hit. So, as I said, I gave you that nice. It's supposed to be 50% chance. I gave you that 10% before. I'm willing to let it stack. You have a 60% chance. Choose your six.
I have a +1 weapon.
Yeah, that's why it's a 50% chance now.
Oh.
Yeah, guys, to incorporeal, it's still 50-50. Unless you have the trait.
I need to back up and
apply 50% chance.
I need to back up and apply blessed weapon too, I guess, real quick.
That won't help necessarily.
It helps against incorporeal, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. So either way, you're able to attack it. It's going to be a 60% chance to hit because I allowed the fire bit to add 10% before. What 4 numbers don't hit? And then have 2 people roll d10s for you in chat.
We'll just do we'll do 1, 2, 9, 10. So both ends.
1, 2, 9, 10. Gotcha. So who are you choosing in chat for your 2 rolls?
Let's do sword. V-sword.
V-sword. She's a masshole.
And let's do swirl. V-sword and swirl. Roll d10s and roll 5s, please. Thank you.
Hey, it's a hit. Who's the other person?
It was swirl.
Swirl. Whizzy whiz. All right, so why don't you roll damage for the first one while you're waiting for the swirl to roll?
Does this thing get hurt by precision damage?
Yeah, it will, yes.
Okay, so add 1 to this damage.
Swirl, just copy and paste what V-sword did.
So add 1, so it's 9 plus 6, so it's 15.
15?
Oh, 16. Oh, no, 15.
Swirl, copy and paste what V-sword did? There you go.
That's a miss.
Oh, that's last resort. That's last resort.
Oh, last resort.
Last resort. I feel like that alters it. Now I have to change the numbers to include a 4 as well. So
It's a hit. Let's go. Oh,
all right.
Minimum damage on that one. So it's a 13.
So is that 6 and 3 is 13? So 13, and you said a 9 is 22, and 6 is 28. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's 8 plus 3. Plus it's 28. Yeah, you did math right. I can't do math in my head.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I see an HP bar?
You can't see an HP bar.
Am I not allowed?
No.
I'm scared.
28 points of damage is pretty awesome. That's pretty balla. So now it's the creature's turn. What the creature ends up doing is you actually cut into it, as you actually harm the creature, which is an entirely unexpected thing. The creature is actually going to spend its turn rising up to the ceiling. Oh, wait a second. Hold the phone. Put it down. Remember how he missed your guard before?
It already has a mischance. So does mischance stack like that?
Two separate things.
Does
one
it
is
really
miss your
stack
target,
like
and the
that?
other one is getting through its incorporeal
that's
nature.
so silly that the mischances stack. I just didn't think they stacked.
Yeah, so there's a 20% chance that you miss your target. What are the two numbers that
fuck.
make you miss your target? And then have the same people roll again. V-Cert and Swore.
1 in 10. 1 in 10.
Oh. I'm not sure what Swirl was saying there. So maybe we have somebody else roll instead of Swirl. 1 in 10,
Yeah.
1 in 10. So V-Sword, don't roll a 1 or 10. Roll us a D10. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Good job.
Hey, Joey, roll a 5 for me.
Joey rolls a 1 just to spite you.
No, Joey likes me. See, it's fine.
All right.
It
So,
does take the damage. Yes.
It takes all the damage. It is going to, this is why I remembered it, because it's actually going to rise up to your ceiling, the ceiling of this room. And that actually triggers an attack of opportunity from you. So you get to make an attack of opportunity, but there's a 20% miss chance. Just roll that first before you even do your attack roll. Have somebody else roll for you.
Last resort, roll me the same numbers, 110. Roll me a D10.
So don't hit the highest or the lowest.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to do. It's easier for the brain. God.
And then you can do your attack roll while you're waiting for that.
It's a hit. Oh, it might be a hit. That's gonna crit if it hits. But I have
Oh
to
my god!
roll.
Now there's a 60% chance that this critical hit is actually going to hit. Oh my
Okay.
god!
Hey, Bolita. 1, 2, 10, 9. Don't hit those, please. D10 for me and do a 5. I beg you. Thank you, Bolita, in advance. And if you fail me, thank you anyway. You tried.
And Belito, just so you know, you did
It's
make
a
it so
hit.
it hits, but it's immune to critical hits. So go ahead and roll
Is
your
it
damage.
really?
Oh,
That's
of course
so
it is.
fucking stupid.
Of course it is.
Why?
Of course it is.
I hate everything.
I'm just going to confirm that. Make sure I'm not crazy. Make sure I'm not crazy.
It's another 13 points of damage. Oh, no, 15. I can't math, apparently. Ah, man, that would have been so much damage.
Yep,
Look at
just confirmed. Immune to critical hits.
But I mean, I've taken a good chunk out of this creature. I've done 28 plus another 15. 43
Excuse me.
points of damage.
Read the rules about an elemental, Ash, with your accusations. I didn't
Either way-
write the rules of Pathfinder. All right,
Either way,
15
it's-
points of damage.
It's taken 43 points of damage in one turn.
Yeah, that's pretty
would-
amazing.
That would give me this. That would bring me to 7 HP.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, you the creature, what it ends up doing is as you just slash, it decides it does not want to be here at the moment, so it immediately starts rising up to the ceiling. And as you see it rising up to the ceiling, you see the opportunity. Literally, because again, looks like a translucent burning tree, right? That's before you with its large. Because you got like flames coming off all over with its large branches kind of like swaying around. But it's like the branches reach out and like smack you, right? When the fire reaches out to touch you, it's actually reaching out with literally a flame is kind of like rolling towards you to burn you. Either way, as this tree literally starts to like kind of like go up in an inferno, almost like from the bottom up, it just gets completely engulfed in the fire. And so it's almost like a burst of fire that goes upwards as you imagine like an explosion going off, right? It releases upwards. You see an opportunity to take one more slash at it, dealing another, like you just said, 15 points of damage. As that happens, it rolls up to the ceiling, passing through the ceiling, but also igniting the entire ceiling on fire. It's one of those things you don't immediately notice because, of course, you have your obscuring mist around, so you can't immediately see it. But then once the mist clears up, or at the very least, a good 10, 12 seconds later, when the fire is rolling enough, you can see, oh shit, there's a huge glow up there. The ceiling is on fire. Nonetheless, the creature passed through the ceiling and is no longer in sight. No longer in sight because of obscuring mist in the ceiling.
I would try to chase it. I'm fucking running up to my upstairs.
So you're gonna try to run upstairs?
Yeah.
What building are you in? What building do you sleep in?
Look. Let me look at my
Probably
house.
just houses, right? You probably just sleep with the others because you
Yeah,
burned the original mansions to the ground.
Yeah, I probably sleep in a house and then work in the temple.
Okay. Because obviously you can just make yourself a mansion in the future or whatever.
That's
Alright,
not happening.
So anyways, when you go and go chasing upstairs, sorry, you're chasing outside because it wouldn't really be upstairs. When you go chasing outside looking for this thing, you spend your turn. So all your guards, of course, realizing that you're alive, will kind of like grab you and guide you out. It's one of those things. Once they see that you're there, they notice you. They'll grab you like by a shoulder and guide you out of the place to make sure that they can get you out of there safely, right? So that's good news. And you get the other guards out or whatever it is. Tesla, once you're actually outside, it's your turn again. You can go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, I wish I was good at these.
It's obscuring, Swirl.
I want to use my. I really want to see this motherfucker. I'm using my Winifred's right here
Okay,
because I have a low perception stat.
cool, because you got 2 Winifreds anyways.
17.
Oh, I thought you were going to get that natty 20 for a second.
Dude, I would be so happy because I would have chased them. I want to kill this thing because I want to put it to rest because it's like a tortured soul at the moment.
Okay.
Unironically.
So, you run outside and your 17 is your total, correct? So you want to modify that at all?
I can't modify it. Oh, luck. I'm rolling luck. 20. Thank you.
So running outside and looking around, you're absolutely able to see the thing outside. I mean, it's not easy to notice immediately because even though it's fire outside in the darkness, this thing actually rose up pretty quickly as a pretty high speed. It rose up pretty quickly and moved not just up but also away, allowing other buildings to kind of like cut between it and where you are. So all of a sudden you notice as it kind of like passes by 2 other buildings, a bit off. You notice kind of like the little movement happening over there. So you immediately can, of course, start chasing after it, putting leg to it. But one of the things that you'll notice is, and they're kind of like falling out of initiative at the moment because you don't really have a ranged attack that you have that does magical damage.
No, yeah.
As you go chasing after it, as soon as it notices that you're chasing after it, it'll actually stop to hold its ground for a second, and it can make an attack roll against you. It has that plus 16 to attack. So I imagine your character, of course, seeing this coming, would immediately dive behind some degree of cover, setting whatever cover it is that you dive behind on fire before it continues to go. At this point, I will actually say to you, do you actually want to give it chase because it moves faster than you do? Or do you want to till another day?
How close is it now? Because I can, in a short burst, I can increase my speed by 20.
It has a base speed of 40 and it's also up in the air.
Oh, I'd have to climb a building and just do like a jump attack at it.
More or less, yeah.
There's no way for me to kill it at the moment, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what you just described would totally be an option if you spend the right key points and make the right skill checks and whatnot. Absolutely an option to make an attack roll.
Yeah, I mean, there's a building next to me. I'm going to try to use my swashbuckler skills and try to jump up onto the building.
At the very least, even if you don't kill it, your clan can see how much of a hero you are. All right, cool. I love it. I love it. So you have your turn where you're chasing after it. As its turn of getting away, you have your turn, you're chasing after it. Then it has its turn where it's actually going to kind of like turn around and take a blast at you. Like I said, I could easily have hit you there. So I am going to go ahead and make an attack roll against you. But I will say that you dove behind cover, giving you +4 for being behind cover and a +4 for being prone for when that kind of like takes place, right? And then we can jump up to with you going to that moment there. So instead of with a +16, I roll with a +8. What's up?
And it's dark out.
I'm pretty sure it has dark vision. It does.
Does the dim light concealment not help anything?
Dim light concealment? What do you mean?
Look at my character sheet. I don't want to blink it.
Looking. Give me one. Oh. Good question. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me one.
That's yeah. Huh. It's kind of. I don't really want to say it, but it kind of.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this one. Yeah. Okay. Cool. 50% chance. That's what you're talking about, right? Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
So why don't we go ahead? Why don't we go ahead and I'm going to say it's odd to hit, and we're going to let Ashen go ahead and roll me any die that Ashen likes, and it's odd to hit you, even to miss.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
It's exclamation point D and then D4, D6, D8, D10, D20, D100. There we go. It's even. It misses you. It's like I said, you kind of like duck behind cover, whatever it is, and it kind of like, blasts aside. It must have aimed at your shadow or whatever instead of you, right? So absolutely missed. But the darkness is in your favor. So it's your turn again, and you're going to try to acrobatics your way up to it. and then
Yes.
do like a more or less a running jump to
Yes.
attack it. It can't be a charge though, because you are making more than just a straight line, unless you have an ability that goes otherwise.
So
Go ahead.
I'm gonna spend another panache here to do Daring Do, which lets me do exploding d6s on acrobatics.
Ooh, okay, all right, okay.
So here's my acrobatics. 18. I don't think it matters, but you know, maybe.
Just for funsies.
So 29. Think
Yeah.
that beats any DC I could have potentially had.
Yeah, you good. You good. Okay, so I want to describe your running up, your jump, and your attack. I'll describe it more, or if you want to, you can.
Should we
But
resolve the
after the attack
first?
roll first, yes.
Yeah.
So first things first,
There's a 60% chance of
60%
hitting.
chance of hitting. Why don't you do your attack roll first? Let's build up that hype first.
No, I want to just. I don't.
No, attack roll first. It's okay, yeah. Go ahead, click that button.
It would have been a crit too.
Okay, that's good news. That's good news. Now you're
Last
down
resort.
to the 60% chance.
Last result: 1, 2, 0, or 10. 1, 2, 10, 9.
So roll between those numbers. Last resort. D10.
Winifred's. I have another Winifred's. I don't need it though because it doesn't matter here. I have a pretty high attack bonus. I hit.
You hit. Absolutely. Do your damage.
Fuck, 15 more.
Wow. Jesus. Okay.
So that's a total. I mean, it's not dead, but it's 58 damage. I would be dead.
Do you want to go ahead and describe? It is not dead. Do you want to
I
go
know.
ahead and describe your attack?
So Tessel is not the most muscular of people, but he's at 11 strength. He's like, you know, a little bit above average, right? So he shirtless at this moment, right? He has this burning cover. He puts a foot up on the cover and then just like lunges forward to grab like, I guess, maybe like a wire rack, try and close between houses. And then from that, he pulls himself, like flips himself over onto the roof, runs across the roof, and then just jumps and does like a slash across the beast as then he rolls and tumbles to the ground.
I mean, all the people that are happen to be awake because of the commotion, the fact that your home is completely on fire, so on and so forth.
And
they
to note, he grabs his shirt on the way. On the drying rack.
Oh, God. Oh, come on, Daring Do. I guess you have to be able to. Okay, so add a little panache to it. That's fine. So, as he stands up from doing this run, jump, and slash through this thing, you can literally see as he like lands on the ground, tumbling up. He's like passing arm through the shirt or whatever it is, putting it on, giving a moment where you can see like, you know, as he like stretches to get it through, you get that like perfect moment where like the, you know, the abs are stretched out. So even though there's very little ab there, you can see it.
Yeah.
You gotta get that V going. You know, I gotta get that V. Gotta give him that V, right? So anyways, the shit, what was I saying? So you kind of like stand up doing this, and all of your citizens that happen to witness this, every citizen that happens to notice, like you kind of like running out, chasing after, attacking this thing, climb up the building as quickly as you did, diving through the air and slashing and attacking it. They all were able to witness that heroism of that, right? So then, with this all being said, yeah, there were no choose or anything like that. By the way, all of your attack rolls did have an additional +1 because of aid. It's just it didn't matter because you kept rolling incredibly high.
I have a pretty good attack bonus. It's just the concealment is really not the concealment. The mischance fucked me so hard.
Unfortunately, that's just mischances. So,
but it saved me too. So
yeah. So either way, you kind of like doing all of this, and they come over and again, a whole bunch of your guards immediately start trying to release arrows after this thing to chase it off.
I yell at them to stop.
Yeah, it's like once you kind of like get you know, look and catch where they are, ceasefire, whatever it is, to get them to stop firing their arrows after it because they're just passing harmlessly through it. When you realize all this is happening, finally, of course, you know your guards kind of like rush up to you to check on you, and that one guard whose name is who gets to name this guard?
Who really liked him? I think. Who was going to drop
it last
FF
resort? Was it Belita? Belita was talking about
Belita can name him because Belita really wanted to drop FF for him. So.
Belita didn't drop an FF though. Just saying.
But it was the the thought that counts.
Yeah.
I think everyone's been calling him Arthur.
Arthur Flambe? Oh, God.
You know, we can go with Arthur.
Is it Arthur Flambe?
Arthur. Everyone wants to go some form of. Oh, that was author, not Arthur. I think Arthur's just a name, and author's not.
Well, I think last resort just was spelled Arthur.
Let's do a poll.
Poll?
No. Let Bolita choose. It's fine.
Yeah, Bolita can do it.
So either way,
100%.
so this guard, as Bolita's writing it, this guard, of course, comes running up to you and says, kind of looks at you and says, Warlord, are you okay? Of course, you have like burn marks on your body. You actively have like burning on you because you took tons of fire damage yourself. He took his 7, but 7 out of 19 is a lot. So anyways, you have burn marks or whatever on you. He looks at you and says, Warlord, are you okay?
Come here, brother. As Tessel pulls out his hand to clasp his.
He kind of holds out his hand. He's like, we have
And then
different
pats
parents.
his back. Shut up. I'm fine. Are you well? You took a hit from this beast.
He kind of like, rubs a part of his body where, he got charred, and he's like gingerly places his hand over and says, I'll be fine, Warlord.
He puts an arm on his shoulder, a hand on his shoulder. You deserve a promotion. Your bravery will be commended. You stood in the line against this creature, this elemental made from suffering and pain to only rot that suffering and pain. Henry Flamebane is what Bolita says.
Henry. Okay.
Come, Henry. Let us go get checked up.
Well, maybe you would have to call him Flamebane. Because his name would be Henry Pryor.
Oh, fair enough.
Right. Like, why would it be Flamebane Pryor, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess it'd be like a title, right?
Yeah.
After he gets his promotion, he'd go from Henry, last name doesn't matter, to Henry Flamebane.
Yeah.
Come. Let us go get checked up. I guess we walk to like wherever. The temple.
He'll walk with you again. I'm a little bit astonished that for the recognition for the work or whatever that he did. But the one of the things that you're going to notice as you're walking away is that your house, the house that you were actually in, is completely inferno. It's utterly destroyed by the fires or whatnot that happens there, and the other fires, the other houses nearby, kind of like winds blowing across because you're in an area with lots of wind, as you can imagine. Your planescape. So blowing across have caught other houses of fire, and now it's become like a huge effort of everybody to try to put these fires out.
Yeah. Tesla would realize this and then actually go, you go get checked up. I must help put out the fires, as he then runs back to help with the fires.
And of course is able to stand on the very tip of a burning a bit of wood and dump water from above. Light as a feather. So of course it becomes a whole effort to try to put the fires out, and of course everybody's able to put them out. It does do some damage to some of the homes, but nothing over the top. As a matter of fact, if you're able to make a loyalty check for your kingdom, you can get everybody to react well enough that it will cost you nothing to succeed. If you fail by 5 or more, the buildings are unfortunately considered destroyed, and you have to rebuild the houses.
Let me just make sure my stats in the sheet are good. They are.
Yep.
It would be a recruitment is loyalty.
It is actually, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. The one fucking. Only way I can fail is in that one. That's fucking unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
Listen, this is a what's the word I'm looking for here? This was a trump card, and if a trump card only did nothing, well, Joey's saying luck it. I don't think luck it would help because a 38 minus 10 is a 28. Luck is not going to get you to within 5. Wait, actually, hold on.
No.
28 plus 4 gets you to 32, which is within 5. You have a 25% chance to get within 5.
Well, I mean,
Because it's 5 or more, right? Let's do the
Fuck
math real quick. 28 plus 4 equals
32.
equals 32. 32 is 4 less than. Yeah, you have a 25% chance to not have the houses burned down.
oh,
Holy shit, luck is on your favor. You are untouchable today. Oh my God. So you failed, but you didn't critically fail. So you only have to do 1 BP worth of repairs to the houses that are there.
I don't have one BP.
That's okay, because you can just convert them into tenement houses.
For a turn. Okay, and then
Yeah.
upgrade them.
Yeah, exactly. So, but without any unrest, you literally just convert it into tenement from houses, and you just leave it as
Okay.
tenement, and you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and it's not going to cause any unrest because you, of course, you were able to fix it. Wow, that is. Whoa, oh, Nick.
I imagine my tenements are probably by the. I probably live by
Wherever you were
dance hall.
living, wherever you were living.
I can't spell tenements. It's fine.
In case your legs are tired after dancing your pants off all night.
Well, it's the meeting hall, right? So being close would make sense.
All right. So apparently Sella is the what's his name? The Neil of this crew. Which honestly, if you look at who's here, makes sense. We could say Jake is the Jake of the crew and Nick is the Tesh of the crew. I'm fine with that. Actually, I don't think Tesh would be fine with that. I think Tesh might be a little offended.
Yeah, Nick is just sour.
Tesh is just such a nice person, like all the time. If Tesh makes a joke that's even slightly inappropriate, he apologizes immediately afterwards and feels bad for 3 weeks.
I'm like the nicest person here. What are you talking about?
They should hear you during the pre-calls.
In the post calls, it's more or less snoring and clicking the end call button.
It's the lights going off, darker and darker until he just vanishes. Okay, that was fucking intense, but you know.
Well, a trump card was spent on you for that, so I needed to make sure that it was a creature worthwhile. Just so you know, I don't remember who trump carded you originally for this creature in the woods, but
that is Joey, the motherfucker.
It is definitely a creature that is too tough for you to be fighting right now.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
Can you tell me a percentage of HP I did to it?
Yeah, I'll gladly. I will. I don't want to let you know how much HP it has in the future.
I removed my calculator that was calculating my damage.
But I will say it's a slightly modified CR6 creature.
Yeah, that's something that it would be very tough to fight alone.
Because you're level 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, level 6, CR6 by yourself. If the dice are in your favor, you have a chance.
Which it was kind of in my favor during that, not gonna lie, except for I was asleep and burn damage part.
If you had magic weapon the entire time, or God forbid you had ghost touch, you should have been fine. Yeah.
It would have been dead probably.
Yep. So yeah. All right. Well, Well, Ash, not entirely. One Ash, it's a trump card. So that's how we do. And 2. That is not entirely true. I never have 4 people ever in my campaigns. Ever. So
yeah.
Except for Wednesdays, but that's because Wade and Pat are kind of sad. They need somebody like real PCs to teach you how to play.
Wait, what about
so
when you had
Rena's
Will?
there?
You had Will for Kingmaker.
Yeah, for like a minute. That's a minute.
For like 10 sessions.
Back to and then how long that campaign was like a minute. So back to the game. So you of course are able to survive this, right? Is there any twists or anything you're trying to use this before you go and bring yourself to the Salamander RP?
I think we notably I tried to put this as a moment of strength for the people, right? As specifically for Henry Flamebane. We show I put him to the people showing his bravery and dedication and will, right?
Mm-hmm.
As he is what shows the heart of our people, which is strong-willed and whatnot. But I put it as this is a creature of evil. Well, this is a creature made from suffering to only cause suffering. So and it will be defeated, so it can rest.
Do you have spellcasters in your group?
Lenny.
Is it just Lenny?
Gorza knows about magic,
but doesn't know how to actually cast spells. Gotcha.
And then my the person in charge of my order is also an adept at level 2, I think.
Oh, so they probably don't have the ability to create like anything to help you with like getting through. You have blessed weapon, like you said, right?
I have blessed weapon. I have 2 potions of bless and 1 potion of magic weapon left.
Where did you guys get this from originally?
You said we can buy potions and stuff at the beginning before the game.
Yep.
So I bought those weapons in case of incorporeal creatures, or creatures that were or could only be hit by magic weapons, because I didn't think we'd get any for a while.
Yep.
So
it was wild. It was session like 15. So yeah.
I've planned for the situation, and it turns out I was fucking genius for it. And obscuring mist was like, this is a good. If I get fucked in like a location, this can save me.
Yep.
Which it did.
It did, yeah. Honestly, that was serious. Like that worked out very, very well. I mean, considering what could have happened, the dice are very much in your favor. What I would say is I'm
good at planning.
Now at least you know how to fight it better next time. Because Ghost Touch, the ability to definitively touch incorporeal things, means you don't have to worry about the percentages anymore.
If I have time to prep for a fight in this thing, I think I can kill it.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So that's currently the spirit that's haunting you. But who knows? Maybe it's just going to go consume more hate and anguish and get larger and stronger.
Yeah, Tessel feels bad about this creature because he knows it was literally made from like pain and suffering, and it literally was created to cause that. Like, that is a terrible existence.
It is an awful existence. So empathetic. All right. So you, of course, do the ceremony, everything. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. You're able to hold that back. I can't give you any additional benefits for overdoing this because it's not a kingdom task, and it was something that came from a trump card, not a kingdom event. So,
to me, it's a win because I didn't die.
Correct. So success. All right. Now, as for the salamander thing, and then we can actually get into kingdom rolls, and then we can go over to Nick and give Nick some attention. Jake, of course, is going to play the session the way Jake usually plays sessions. Exactly. So you sell for speaking with the actual salamander.
Yeah.
So when you go speak with the salamander, you wanted to go and kind of like treat with him again. To speak with them. It's him, her, it doesn't really matter. It's treat with them again. I imagine you've already done a little bit of exploring inside of the mines and discovered where a considerable amount of the the various resources or whatnot are down there. I think we actually already you already claimed them, and
we're claiming and preparing the hex for my city.
Correct, but the caverns, are you building a mine down there or something like that?
Well, I will when I have BP.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure where we were left off with that.
Oh, of course, that's a different hex, so it's not the same.
Correct. But like you said, you need the BP to do it. So, and that'll give you more BP in the future. And I'm curious to see if your character sheet's finally updated so we can start sharing them with people. But in the interim, you are going to be able to go in there and to meet with them. So kind of like heading down below and being a bit more prepared for the heat and whatnot that's here, and less prepared for actual like combat or death than you were before. Though I imagine not letting your guard down. You would actually be able to go and speak with the salamander themselves. So as you kind of get to the area where you're noticed by one of the other salamanders, the area down here, by the way, these tunnels and whatnot are not super easy to navigate through. When you had your marshal with you, what the hell's her name?
Tick-Tongue.
Tick-Tongue. When Tick-Tongue was with you before, they were able to kind of like guide you through this. So unless you bring them with you every time, you kind of have to learn the way down here because it's a little confusing. It's a little bit odd.
I got a high intelligence. I got a 14. Good memory.
What was that? Oh, so but I understand that, but it's meant to be like kind of like almost maze-like down here, right?
Yeah.
It's just Tick-Tongue happens to be like a master of mining and stuff like that. So anyway, you are eventually able to navigate yourself to where it is that you want to go. It's just not necessarily the same approach that you made last time, right? You took like the wrong turn at one point, but still were able to navigate yourself your way there. Eventually, one of the salamanders would notice you, and again, similar to before, kind of like rush forward offensively to attack you. But as your like blade goes up to defend yourself, they recognize who you are, and they let their guard down, and we just kind of like turn and gesture towards the direction that you would want to head down. And then shortly afterwards, you'd find your way the rest of the way there. It's not like they're sitting here and being all honorific to you or anything like that. There's no reason why they would bend a head or anything to you.
Yeah.
Right?
of course, because they could like individually they probably could kill me.
Yeah, salamanders aren't weak creatures by any stretch of the imagination. But so you are kind of eventually able to find your way into the cavern where the leader of them happens to be. Did I give you their name before? I swear I did.
No, you didn't. You gave it to me after stream because you forgot to do it on stream. But then
Yeah.
I don't think I wrote it down because I'm bad at note taking.
Fuck me, because I had it open on a thing and that thing closed.
Let's
Because
see if I do write it down in my notes.
I have Windows, and Windows likes to reset itself all the time.
Warmonger notes. Let's see. Yes, it's crypto.
Can you copy and paste it?
Yeah, I can't fucking pronounce that, dude.
Oh yeah, because that's actually the name of a type of actual real life salamander. So crypto branchidae or brachydae? No, yeah, branchidae. Crypto branchidae, but you would actually call him Bracky. You just Lord Bracky. Lord Bracky.
Lord Bracky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or King Bracky.
Lord.
Lord. Okay.
Yeah, salamander Lord.
Does he address me first as I enter, or would I?
So you
address him
imagine
first?
as you go into the place, he's probably overseeing something. So you kind of almost like approach from behind, the side, whatever it is, to like stand adjacent to him. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I imagine if it's something smithing, Tessa would be actually fascinated to watch it.
Your meandering through here is of no concern to them. You know what I mean? You are, as you were just saying beforehand, any one of them could probably defeat you in combat, especially in the scenario where here it's very hot, you're like sweating, you're kind of out of breath here, whatever it is, but holding it together for the sake of posterity. You being here is just kind of like, oh, that guy's back, to
Yeah.
them.
But like, yeah,
Lord
we're
Bracken lets him be here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I imagine we're almost like kind of respected to each other in a way, right? As the Lord himself said, I'm one of fire like them. You know what I mean? They're born of fire, but I am of fire. You know what I mean? So,
Correct. And Ashen just kind of reverse engineered what I said. Because he is the large-sized one. So
he's fucking huge.
Oh, it's so funny.
If he's watching something, like if he's overseeing some smithing or whatever, Tessa would sit there and quiet watching this because, again, this is of interest to him. He's a smith himself, or was before he becoming a warlord.
So I imagine you stand adjacent to him and probably would address him while watching the smithing as well. Would kind of address him as Lord Bracky.
Yeah, Lord Bracky.
He would kind of like nod his head in acknowledgments to you, but would continue to silently like watch out into the field of magma that's below. That was here, and the anvil and whatnot that's over there. I imagine the silence will hold for a short period of time while you're more or less letting him, go ahead and speak first. So after a little bit of silence kind of passes, he says, "Jorman does well."
He does.
Jormans does well.
He does. He is a great smith from the Daelands, I believe. His people have been smithing for centuries. They make better arms and armors than my people do. Than my fellow Kuruk do. But he teaches our clan the ways of his people.
He has the heart of a salamander, but a frail body to contain it. One day, he will die and be elevated to sit by Snaga's side.
What a blessing that will be for him.
And without turning to like look at you or anything like that, I see you have been touched again. You are being hunted.
Yeah, I imagine he's wearing kind of light clothes now, and he like pulls up his side where like the big scarring of flame is, or burn marks are. It attacked me in my sleep. I had luckily tools to harm the creature and hide myself in shadow to fight it, and I made it retreat. But I don't believe in a counter again like that. I can do the same without time to prepare my weapon, as it does not bear the magics required to hit this creature?
It's a creature not of this world. It's a creature of fire and death.
It's a creature made from pain and suffering to only cause such.
I can feel the suffering off of you. This is not typical fire. You should have on you armors that can absorb this fires for you.
We lack the access to make such armors unless you would let us use your forges or buy the sets from your people.
This is something that Jormans should make. It would match your weapon. They would go wells hands in hand.
He nods. Then would you grant him access again to your smithery, to your volcano?
As long as Jorman can survive in the ash and the heat, Jorman is welcome here.
Tessel nods. Then I will ask him as such to make me such armor, to resist the flame, and so I can put to rest this creature made of suffering.
Suffering is not always bad, he says, and he turns to actually regard you. And once again, as he turns to regard you, you're reminded again of just how massive he is. He is way above you. It's one of those things where as he looks down to you, and you have to look up to make eye contact for a quick moment. You're oh.
Tessa hides his fear pretty damn well. I mean, he's got a really good bluff. Or he's got a +10 to bluff actually. Either way.
Go ahead, roll your bluff. See if you can
I
hide
don't
that
need
fear.
to. We
No,
don't
go
need
ahead,
to.
roll it. Go ahead.
Fuck you.
Don't need to. Fuck are you? Fuck
Okay.
me? Fuck are you? Do you want to block it?
No, I don't think it matters. I think Tassel, after the kind of terrible experience of what happened a couple nights ago, with the thing, he's kind of his face is wary of just the pain still probably on his face from the fight.
Okay. Yep.
I come to discuss the potential of our people mining in these caverns and us trading resources.
You are welcome to do the mining as discussed before. Typically, yours kind is something that we would slaughter and, if need be, consume. But I am here. I exist still this day through an act of kindness from a noble Azer. And this Azer suggested when coming to these lands to be open-minded, to give the peoples here opportunities to prove their worth. Since we arrived, we have killed many, but were pleasantly surprised by being one so touched as flame as you are. I was still wary of you and what it was that you represented. Sure, you are hunted, and sure, you carry an Azer's crown upon your heads. But any fool can be chosen for a hunt, and any fool can find the crown. You put forward words, and they were backed by your strength to maintain a stiff back in these lava tubes, and by the leadership you have over one as skilled as Jorman. You are not simply words, you are actions. Yes, we will allow you to do your minings down below, but avoid minings in the areas that we reside.
Of course. As I said the first time we met, I do not wish to take and encroach onto your people. I believe we can live coexisting together, as it is better for all to not fight for needlessness.
As long as this union is beneficial to my people, I will honor it, as was requested by my lost friend.
What is an Azer? The word seems foreign to me.
Azers, they are... How would you know of them on this world? They are the fathers of the dwarves.
Sorry. Chat knows. Chat gets it. Dwarves?
Yes, they are the progenitors to that race.
Yet another word that's foreign. I've heard of dwarves and storybooks when I was a child. They exist.
You do not know of dwarves. Very well. They are large and stocky, with head and beard of flame. They are the greatest smiths in all of the lands. Smithing ability that could even rival amongst the best of them that of Snaga himself.
I would like to one day meet such a being, such a person.
There are few left.
He nods. Well, maybe one day my mind will reach a place to meet them. But if they wish to remain away from the world, then that is their prerogative. I shall not intrude on them.
He nods, and says, what is it? What would be the appropriate thing for him to call you? Would he just call you? It'd be Tessel. Yeah, that's how I'd say it. That's how I would say your name. That makes sense.
You could say, like maybe one of fire or something like that too, to distinguish him because he's not a normal person, right? He's not like some schmuck that walks down here, right?
Yeah, but you guys are at least currently forming a relationship. I ship it. That's
Fuck
hot.
that.
That's
That's
hot.
too hot.
That's hot.
Anyway,
He wants to show you a serpent.
fuck you. It's twin-headed.
Anyways, continue.
Are Azers creatures of my size, or are they smaller, bigger, stouter?
How to describe this? They are significantly larger than you are, but small.
Wide.
Sure.
Okay. Have you known of creatures before my people that built tombs in the ground? That is where I acquired the crown.
I do not know of such places. My arrivals here, that was the first time I stepped foot on this plane.
Do I know what a plane is?
You probably would not know. And I know I haven't taken a break, Swirl, to go up and get it, and Brittany didn't bring it down to me. You know what it is because she got me the PS4. I bought her the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, and I bet you right now she's up there playing the shit out of that game. She's up there geeking out.
A plane?
This is too much to discuss, and I am no master. Simply put, there are many worlds. This is one.
Is a plane of fire where that creature comes from that hunts me?
The creature that hunts you comes from a different place,
He nods.
close to fire. It's not there.
Nods. I thank you for
Ash, for those of you in chat keeping track.
I thank you for the information. I wish to speak more on these type of things. My people lack the knowledge. It was not written, and our lives are so short that we do not have many of the knowledges of old. But for now, I will leave you. He lets him speak if he's about to speak.
Mm-hmm. He says, before you go, a parting warning. He gestures towards like a bit of stone for you to like put your hand on. You might want to leave your glove on. It's gonna be hot. So you like place your hand onto a bit of stone. Do you feel that? Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. Nope.
You actually, not only do you not feel it, it's so hot it burns your hands. I mean, you were burned so heavily from that thing beforehand. Your nerves are still very, very, very sensitive. Luckily, not all of them are shot, but you can imagine some of your nerves actually lost, sensitivity. So,
Yeah.
you unfortunately are just too charred to be able to hold it there. You can do a bluff check to try to hide the pain as much as possible. It's going to be kind of obvious. It's just whether or not it's super obvious.
22 is nice.
Yeah, so I mean, again, he's going to be able to see through that and know that you're in pain. But you place your hand on it, and your responses.
From the fight, my hands have lost much of their feeling. But are you talking about the volcano? Is it soon to erupt?
The ground, it rumbles often. It rumbles with force. There is only so much time before it rises.
And once it finishes and rises, and you build and you guide it for the defense of a city, we shall plant our capital on it. A city forged from fire.
Is this the path you wish to take? You wish to form walls and a moat of flame, rather than to eliminate your enemy?
I can eliminate my enemy with my own men. But a fort of flame will last for my eternity, longer than I will live. It'll guard my people.
I respect one who wishes to bring the fight to the enemy themselves, to handle the battle with one's own hands. But I also caution against hiding behind walls and in holes. It is important to have defenses, but do not let that become your downfall.
He nods.
We will prepare the trenches.
Can my people help in this?
Any that you send to help will be of a boon, but understand they likely will not survive.
He nods. I don't believe I can send my people to the deaths. I'm sorry.
Valuing those that serve you is also important, but one life stands much higher if served to a greater cause for the rest. Be willing to sacrifice if the sacrifice is worth it. And with that, he'll kind of like turn back to look back at the kind of like the magma flows and like the work that's being done out there.
Yeah, Tesla takes like another maybe like a minute or two look at it, like admiring it, and then and then sweating walks back home.
And for those of you in chat that may have experienced this, Nick, I know you certainly have. Again, always reference restaurant experience, right? When you burn yourself, like a pretty nasty burn, like a 2nd degree burn, 1st degree is not so bad, but like a 2nd degree burn or whatever it is, and you're in a hot as balls area, like let's say back in a kitchen or in some lava canals or tubes or whatever, and you're feeling that heat brushing against that burn. Oh, it sucks. Oh, it sucks a lot. It's like genuinely painful. So you're like, what the hell? It's like reignited. Like, aha. But anyways, so imagine your character, of course, in pain, does, turn to leave. Him, of course, providing for you his advice of how to do leadership. But we, of course, all know salamanders aren't exactly good people. So
yeah, but I think Tesla actually honestly takes a lot of this to heart, because like that was legitimately like good advice in a sense, right?
mhm.
Tesla still probably won't sacrifice his people for something like this, right? The salamanders say they can do it fine, then he'll let the salamanders do it where they won't be killed or anything, right?
Yep. I mean, it's one of those things where if you send people here to aid with that, it's just one of those, because of where it is that they're working and what's going to happen, and the eruption could happen at any point in time. You're more or less just sending them to their deaths, or taking volunteers to the deaths. There are multiple ways to send people to their death. Like one is you can like command them, which is there's the running meme or whatever. But I imagine your character wouldn't just send them to their deaths, right?
Yeah.
But there is the other way of doing it. We have the church, gather brave volunteers.
Tassel knows that some people would be probably willing to do it, and that's why he would never ask them to do it, right? Because if he would be willing to do it, then why he cannot send someone to do it? It's against his like moral compass.
So as Densha would say, Tesla is weak.
Yeah, of course. They can say what they want,
So anyways, and you turn and walk off. Finally, we can get to your kingdom rolls and hopefully still have some time left for Nick. So let's try to blast through yours relatively quickly, because this is the one where we were only finishing up previous stuff. We weren't actually hitting you with any of the new ones from the schemers, right?
Oh, yeah. It was the next set from Jake's to Nick's is where no events, and then Jake
actually got schemer events though, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he actually had 2 of them thrown at him, didn't he? Or was that Nick? Or was that Nick that just had 2 schemer events come at them? I said, "There's none happening," and then we did some. Was that Jake?
I think that was Nick.
I don't remember.
I think it was Jake. I think that means that Jake didn't actually get a month off from them yet.
Okay.
So Nick did have 2.
Yeah.
So that meant Jake did get his freebie this past one. So that means Nick still has his freebie coming up. So cool. Awesome. So to you, sir, I actually got to pull up the Kingdom building Pathfinder stuff. So we're going to blast through this really quickly. Yeah.
It will be quick as hell because I can't do anything.
Why not?
Because of the Dangerous Kingdom event I got last time that increased my consumption by 50%.
Oh.
So I have literally enough BP to pay off all my expenses for the month, and that's it.
Fun. Okay.
And
so let's start with your upkeep phase. So upkeep phase for you, sir, is unless you're all 1, you'll be fine.
Yeah, basically. Which at this point,
this will earn you BP though if you make it, because you have a 0. What you call it?
True. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's unbelievable. I literally can't succeed by 5. So, hey, Rosin, roll me a d4. That's fucking so... Oh my god, I'm mad, actually. I'm legitimately mad, because this is the second one. Wow. 3 unrest.
Maybe you should have used a 3
It
unrest.
wouldn't have...
So instead of earning 1 BP, all of your stats drop by 3.
Oh my god, that's frustrating.
Oh, that sucks.
That's so frustrating.
Well, listen, you had such really good rolls for so long. Stop whining. You know what I mean?
This is my second nat 1 on Kingdom rolls.
Oh, it's fine. You'll live. How you crushed that combat? And listen, you earned that combat. Who trumped you? Was it Cell? I mean, Joey?
Joey trumped me to cause the fire to burn.
Yeah. But just the fire isn't enough. Joey is the one that caused that to attack you. So, that was Joey trying to kill you. So
Thanks, Joey.
awesome. So after that, that's hilarious. Nick, I hope you have much better kingdom rolls than this.
I'm gonna do Royal Enforcer roll. So let's hope.
Hold up. You paid your consumption?
Yep. I have 13, which is my expenses.
And do you have any empty magic item slots?
Nope.
Okay. Awesome. Then that is going to be next up is your Royal Enforcer roll. Go ahead.
Can I Winifred's it?
You can. One of the things I would say is if succeed or fail, your unrest goes down by 1. But if you fail, your loyalty permanently goes down by 1.
It's fine. Then we'll just do it. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, I succeed.
Yep. So your unrest goes down by 1, which is good news. So it's down to a 2. Go ahead. After that, we modify unrest. There's nothing else to worry about here. We're now going to go to the Edict Phase. So this is where you assign a new leadership role. You have no new leaders here to assign. So
Yep.
I think you're good there. After that, it's going to be you're going to claim or abandon hexes. I believe, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do any of that stuff. I'm actually going to roll this out for people to see a little bit better. So we're going to move you guys. I think it's here. Is this the correct map?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Depends
So we
on
can,
what you're trying to go for, but yeah.
so there we go.
He's gonna be Arthur Flame. It's Henry Flamebane. Okay, Xylamos, and he's gonna become a commander of my army, right? Is that what you said?
We're gonna make him one of your people over there. Yeah. So we're gonna give that to you as an in-game one as opposed to a hype train one. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, and then back to your.
Wait, didn't I send explorers to the north?
You did send explorers to the north. We'll get to
For
that
the
in a
month.
minute. We'll get to that in a minute. Yep. So you're not claiming any hexes or anything like that, correct?
I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise I gain 2 unrest, so
And you're not going to build any train improvements.
I can't.
Okay, and you're not going to. Your buildings. What buildings are you working on?
None.
Aren't there buildings that are already partly being worked on?
Nope. All my buildings are done. It's just I have the volcano hex. This is the second turn it's been under construction, so it has 2 more turns, which is part of the expenses, which I'll put to 0.
Oh, so you're not working on any of the actual buildings or whatever in your thing. Okay, cool. All right. After that is going to be army edicts. Any changing anything with your edict phases?
Oh, how do you do the number thing? Anyway, the volcano's at 3.
Okay, that's a 3.
Yeah. Nope. Edict staying the same. All good.
Okay. And then we're going to where are we? Right here. After that is going to be income phase. Are you gonna make any withdrawals?
Nope.
Deposits?
Nope.
Expenses?
All paid.
Okay, and collects taxes.
Yep. How much luck do we have? 2. I'll roll a luck die here. So I guarantee get 1 more BP.
Guarantee 1 more BP.
So the tax collection.
That's a wrap from you to me. Oh,
Shadow.
no.
Shadow.
Ouch.
Normal.
Right.
I didn't add it to the divisor. So plus 1 BP here. Yeah, plus 1. So it's 14 plus 5, so I have 19.
Ouch.
Wait, 14 plus 5, yeah, it's 19.
I don't know, just rolled BP for the Patreon one that he does, and he rolled natty 20, which is plus 10 to the result. So it's like so nice. Yeah.
So I have 19 BP now.
Already did luck for the taxes.
Yeah.
So you have how much BP?
19.
Oh, because you had a couple left over.
No, because I get because the mines give me BP.
Oh,
on
you
this
do.
phase.
Yeah, because you're correcting how the sheet works, which we need to do for Jake and Nick as well, and start doling that out everywhere. Because you updated the sheet to be a little bit more sexy.
Yeah. So I have 19 BP now.
Did you see how I updated the casualties thing too to actually incorporate a little bit more detail?
Yeah,
So-
I have all that in the army sheet I'm building, but it's taking.
Oh,
time.
cool. Awesome. It just takes a while. All right, back to the game. So all that plays through, which is all nice and good. So then it comes down to the advisor tasks. So aside from searching around the up to the north, were there any advisor tasks that you were actively working on?
None. All my advisor tasks were done.
Okay. So then the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to pop over here, and I don't think I actually gave you an adventurer token yet, did I?
No, but I think I only paid for 1 month, so they should just be done.
Yeah, but that still means you get 30. What is it? 30 days? Sorry, 15 tiles. That's what they were supposed to explore.
15 tiles, and it was. I think I said I wanted them to explore basically this.
Yep, I remember.
Which and then as far east as they can go, basically.
Because you guys have no idea what that thing over there is like.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you she's pretty badass looking. We'll give you this one. This will be your adventurer. I have to start out of your capital, and they go from there. This is going to be controlled by all players for the sake of being able to see everything. Dynamic lighting has vision, night vision, and the vision goes out 12 miles. Okay. So she's gonna go.
Oh,
One.
fuck.
What?
Do you guys see that?
2, 3, 4.
There's a gold nation right there.
This is gonna be 5, 6, 7.
So he's 4, 5
8.
hexes. Oh, 5 hexes.
Oh, sorry. 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, I lost vision.
It broke. God damn it, it broke again. It didn't break for chat though.
You're at 11.
I'll try to stop you. I'll try to fix it for you real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
12. 1 second. 13.
It's fine.
14. It broke again.
Yeah.
15.
Okay. I can't see the updated looks of it because it broke.
And they return into here. Really? God, that's so fucking frustrating. I don't know why it keeps doing this. It's so frustrating.
There's
And
a lot of dynamic lighting going on, so the calculations get really fucked.
Can you see that?
It's all black.
It's all black? It still hasn't updated for you?
Did you move us to a different...
Yeah. You haven't noticed?
It just updated to the combat page.
Okay. And then...
There you go. I can see. I see it all.
Okay, you see everything is back to normal?
Yeah.
Cool. So, and of course, this comes back down here into your kingdom.
So, the bottom, this area never got fucked for me. I don't remember how much of it was. I can't see any of, like, this.
Yeah, I can fix that for you real quick. Well, no, you can't see all of what I can see on stream? If you look on stream?
Yeah. I can't see what's on stream. I can see, like, I can only see, like, this before. Yay. I get to see what I deserve.
Is that better?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it all.
Okay. All right, so Adventurer is now being put into the GM layer. Boom, gone. All right, cool.
Lovely.
Now you got to see that. All right.
25% chance of event.
25% chance an event is going to happen. Who's high or low, and who's going to roll for you? Is there
Uh,
anybody new in chat that never gets to roll? Anybody that wants to roll in chat, go ahead and announce
Speak.
yourself. Speak now so you can find out how to roll.
and it'll be high that's bad.
High is bad. Okay.
My luck's off now. It's ruined.
Volita? Who's Volita?
Bolita's not new. Bolita's
Bolita's been around for a long time. I don't. Bolita's been around for
Brian.
a few years, I think. Right? Brian the Empath. Oh yeah, Brian the Empath. Brian's not new, but certainly is newer.
I've
Yeah,
never seen
Brian.
him, so.
D100.
Yeah.
Bolita-
Exclamation point.
Bolita, were you
D100.
around when I played Mass Effect forever ago?
We're safe.
You're safe, but that means there's a 75% chance next time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're updating it. Cool.
Yep. I'm on top of it.
Okay. Awesome. I'm also gonna have somebody roll a random die so we know how much time is left between now and when the volcano explodes. So, but you can't see that, so it's gonna be done secretly later on. You know what? Because it's a volcano, who put that volcano there? Does anybody remember who put that there in the first place?
Snake.
So was it Summon Snake that put it there?
Summon Snake.
I have to have Summon Snake roll it for me then because it's their volcano, so that makes sense. All right, cool. All right, back to the game. You're done. That's it.
Yeah,
you were easy.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really do much.
Yep.
You know.
Hey, listen, you walked out of the thing with 19 BP still in your treasury. Call it a win.
I do. It's a W.
Pop that earth sit. Ew. That's gross. Why don't we take a quick break and stomach that one, and then we're going to go over to Nick's where, hold on, actually, let me just read my notes real quick. That's right. All right. So why don't we take a quick break, and then we're going to finally go over to Nick's so Jake can continue to sit there and look pretty. We'll be right back, everybody, for Nick's Kingdom. Bye. All right, break time.